The president said he decided to go to Ghana to show that in this interconnected world, the 21st century will not just be shaped by what happens in Moscow and Rome, but also what happens in tiny capitals in Africa as well.
A day of extraordinary moments, none more powerful than the first African-American president visiting a former slave fortress with his family.
I think it was particularly important for Malia and Sasha, who are growing up in such a blessed way, to be reminded that history can take very cruel turns.
The president used his personal connection to deliver some tough love in a speech to the Parliament of Ghana earlier in the day.
We must start from the simple premise that Africa's future is up to Africans. I say this knowing full well the tragic past that has sometimes haunted this part of the world. After all, I have the blood of Africa within me, and my family's own story encompasses both the tragedies and triumphs of the larger African story.
Mr. Obama's father was from Kenya, and he visited that country as a senator. But he chose Ghana as his first stop in sub-Saharan Africa as president because he wanted to highlight its stable democracy and growing economy. So he mixed the stern lectures with some inspiration, the day having the feel of Mr. Obama taking last year's campaign to a whole new continent, in shirt sleeves playing with babies, working rope lines, even ending his parliament speech with a familiar slogan.
The world will be what you make of it. You have the power to hold your leaders accountable and to build institutions that serve the people. You can serve in your communities and harness your energy and education to create new wealth and build new connections to the world. You can conquer disease and end conflicts and make change from the bottom up. You can do that. Yes, you can.
White House aides believe this was a successful trip for the president, but they acknowledge in private he's going to have to move very quickly back to the domestic front, from his health care plan that's struggling on Capitol Hill to an economy struggling to recover.